SpaceX. You've probably heard of it, or seen it on YouTube or on the news, but what really is it? Well, SpaceX is a private company that designs, manufactures, and launches advanced rockets and spacecraft. The company was founded by Elon Musk in 2002 to revolutionize space technology with the ultimate goal of enabling people to live on other planets. So how are they doing all of this? Well, to start their long journey of reinventing spaceflight, they started with Falcon 1. Falcon 1 is a two-stage rocket with one single Merlin engine capable of producing 570,000 newtons of thrust. This rocket had 5 flight attempts in its 3-year lifespan from 2006 to 2009. The first 3 launches failed for various reasons, but the 4th launch was successful when it made it into Earth orbit on September 28, 2008. Falcon 1's 5th and final launch was on July 14, 2009, when it sent a Malaysian satellite into low Earth orbit. After this mission, the rocket was retired and the production of the Falcon 9 began. So what is the Falcon 9? Well, it's a larger rocket with 9 Merlin engines instead of just 1. His first flight was on June 4, 2010, about 1 year after Falcon 1's last flight. Falcon 9 was successful with many launches, and it even made a few resupply missions to the International Space Station. Now here is where the reinventing happened. In 2014, SpaceX started testing a reusable first stage for the Falcon 9 rockets. It was designed to separate from the second stage and land back on Earth so it could be reused. It was made to land on an autonomous drone ship off the coast of Cape Canaveral, Florida, where it launched from. After one failed attempt, and another, Falcon 9 successfully landed back on Earth in December of 2015. On March 30th, 2017, SpaceX launched a Falcon 9 booster, which had already been launched. This was the first time a rocket booster was reused. Just a few weeks ago, on January 6th, 2020, the Falcon 9 first stage made its 48th successful landing, and that specific booster had made its 4th successful landing. Another rocket designed by SpaceX is called the Falcon Heavy. The Falcon Heavy uses 3 Falcon 9 boosters to carry very large amounts of cargo into space, making it the world's most powerful rocket by a factor of 2. The first test flight, containing a Tesla Roadster, was launched on February 6, 2018. Both side boosters landed on Earth successfully, but unfortunately the center core did not because 2 of the 3 engines required for landing did not ignite. So we know SpaceX is sending rockets up into space, but why? What are they sending to space? Well, being a very successful company, they now have contracts with many different countries' space programs. As a part of these contracts, SpaceX sends satellites and other space-based research equipment into orbit. SpaceX's largest contract is with NASA. NASA awarded SpaceX this contract so they could fly astronauts under NASA's Commercial Crew Program to the ISS. SpaceX has designed a free-flying spacecraft called Dragon for this very reason. It was designed to bring people and cargo to and from the International Space Station. It has been delivering cargo for several years now, and soon it should start sending people. One of SpaceX's current projects is Starlink. Starlink is a satellite constellation made by SpaceX to deliver high-speed internet all across the globe, with faster speeds and a stronger signal that reaches locations that have been unreliable, expensive, or even inaccessible in the past. As of January 6, 2020, SpaceX has sent 182 Starlink satellites up into space. By the end of the year, they plan to have 12,000 satellites operating in North America and more than 3 times that after 2021. So how do they do it? What sets them apart from every other similar company? SpaceX rockets are so unique because their first stage land back on Earth. One important addition to make this possible is the addition of more fuel so that the rocket is able to get into orbit and land back on Earth. There are also heat-resistant foldable wings called grid fins, which allow the rocket to steer itself towards the landing pad. Cold gas thrusters are used on top of the rocket to allow it to turn 180 degrees once it separates from the payload, so it can head back towards the launch site. Carbon fiber landing legs on the sides fold away for launch and unfold during the descent to the landing pad to allow the rocket to land vertically. Most importantly, as soon as the rocket is launched, it is operated by onboard flight computers, which analyze incoming data in real time and react and adjust the rocket accordingly. So we know what SpaceX did in the past, and we know what SpaceX is doing currently. But what about the future? SpaceX is a very future-driven company. They're currently working on a brand new 100% reusable rocket.
This is the Big Falcon rocket.
It is currently in production and will replace Falcon 9, Falcon Heavy, and Dragon. It has two fully reusable parts. The first part is called the Starship, with 7 Raptor engines, which is the cargo and crew part of the rocket. It can carry more than 100 tons of cargo and 1,200 tons of propellant. The second part is the Super Heavy booster, made with 37 Raptor engines, which produce 72 meganewtons of thrust. This rocket will be 118 meters tall, which is 5 meters taller than the Saturn V. Elon Musk's goal with this new rocket is to colonize Mars. He hopes that by 2024, which is quite hopeful, we will have 2 cargo missions and 2 crew missions land on Mars and start the production of a self-sustaining city on Mars, with several BFR launch pads, greenhouses, and massive solar fields. SpaceX has become so successful in the past 18 years, and they have so many big projects on the way. They're making spaceflight cheaper, easier, and better for the environment with their innovation and reimagination.